I just want to welcome everybody to Australia Zoo. Today is very special. It's Robert's 15th birthday. And Robert, what'd you get for your birthday?
Well, I got a pretty awesome present. As you can see behind me, I got a massive Triceratops sculpture, which is just awesome. So it's right near our Africa section. Africa's literally just over there, and it's kind of to show people the correlation between these big African animals and the prehistoric creatures that lived millions of years ago. So it is really cool. It's the ultimate birthday present, but we're looking forward to a really fun day. We've got lots of celebrations going on today. Of course, lots of wildlife. Being at a zoo, you got to have some awesome animals with you. And yeah, I'm excited to be turning another year older.
Bindi was probably Robert's initial inspiration for photography because
thanks, Mom.
Bindi's almost 6 years older than Robert, and Robert now has renovated his gallery. He has another gallery of Wenlock River photographs on display, and it's just a celebration of everything dinosaur and photography at Australia Zoo today. Oh,
my two biggest passions.
Rumor has it Santa's coming to help feed the crocodiles.
Yes,
It's
that should
very
be fun.
exciting. It wouldn't be a celebration in December without Santa coming to visit. It's all happening.
And Robert, you must be racking up the frequent flyer miles with your appearances on Jimmy Fallon. The Americans seem to love you over there at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's been a lot of fun because yeah, I'm always traveling overseas for something, and of course always have my amazing family with me. But yeah, the Tonight Show is just a stack of fun every single time. It's just awesome, and I think it's a great way to get the conservation message out to people that aren't really thinking about conservation as much, because it's people that live in the middle of a big city in New York. So if they get to see amazing animals like we have here, they really get them into their heart, and I think want to protect them more. So yeah, it's great, and I love watching the reaction of Jimmy, and of course Kevin Hart on the last appearance was just awesome. So yeah, looking forward to many more of those in the future.
I love.
Oh,
Sorry, I just love Kevin Hart because I think you broke some records. You were trending #1 on, what was it?
On YouTube, yeah.
And it's racked up like 104 million views on Facebook.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I don't know all those fandangled things. I just have Twitter. But apparently it was very popular, which is cool.
Does it surprise you how crazy scared some of those guys are of animals that you just deal with day to day, just handling?
What do you think, Robert?
Well, I think it's interesting because for me, I've found that with all the wildlife that we work with, especially for Bindi and I growing up in the middle of a zoo, I mean, you just you get used to all of these animals and it becomes part of life, and it's just awesome. But for so many people, they really don't have that connection to nature whatsoever. So I think a lot of the fear is from just that misunderstanding. People that don't quite understand how these animals work, they don't really understand what they are. So if we can teach people about them, teach them that, you know, snakes, they're not these slippery, slimy animals that just eat everything. That's not true. They have their own personalities. They're all very individual. And if you learn more about them, you can really come to respect these animals. So I think that's a big part of what we do, for sure.
Absolutely.
And what's been your highlights over the past year?
Oh, for me, my highlights, there's definitely been quite a few. I think our new show, Crikey, it's the Irwins, that's definitely been a highlight
Say it
for us.
correctly.
You got to say, Crikey, it's the Irwins. It's the best. It's been so much fun. Yeah, we've absolutely loved it. So that's, yeah, all going strong over in the US and all over the world. And yeah, a great way to bring the wildlife message to so many people. But then also, I've been doing a lot with my photography. I've been recognised in a few different competitions. So that's just been wonderful. And yeah, I think with everything that we're doing at Australia Zoo as well, it's just going, just getting bigger and bigger every year. And I'm getting to do more at the zoo as well. I'm learning more, working with Wes and Mum and Bindi, just to learn about each individual animal, which has just been great. So yeah, lots of fun things on the horizon. And yeah, coming up to 2019, which is very exciting. I think we're going to have another fun year.
Your dad was always very keen on having the kids take over, both Bindi and Robert. How are you starting to get the sense now that, yeah, it's really starting to fall upon us now to carry on carry on the mantle?
I think we are really lucky that together we're a team, and as a family we are wildlife warriors standing back to back to continue on in Dad's legacy. I can't even begin to describe how proud I am of Robert. He is the true scientist of the family. I'm always learning something new from him, and he's just an amazing person. So I think that together we're really lucky. We're so blessed to be a family no matter what and get to carry on in Dad's footsteps. And I think that through everything we do at Australia Zoo and with our non-profit work at Wildlife Warriors, we are carrying on in his footsteps, and I hope he'd be proud. I think today he'd be saying, "Crikey, it's Robert's birthday." It's all happening, and I think he'd be really excited. So we'll always strive to make him proud and make sure that his legacy continues on into the future, and Robert's doing an amazing job at that. He's so much
Thank
like
you.
Dad. He walks and talks like Dad. It's amazing. So you're a spitting image, and I'm lucky to be your sister.
Thank you so much.
Robert, I suppose the elephant in the room, or the Triceratops in the room, tell us a little bit about that. Why the Triceratops, and what's so special about that?
Yeah, well, you may have noticed, our giant friend behind us. So that's a massive Triceratops skeleton. Not skeleton, more of a statue. So this Triceratops statue is actually really quite relevant being in this area, because Australia Zoo, we've got the Africa section, which is one of my favourite parts. It's a huge exhibit with some of the most iconic African animals, and these big kind of, I guess, powerful creatures that you see. You kind of forget that really where it all started was way back, was way back long ago, millions of years ago with dinosaurs. So if you can see how it really correlates, you can see these massive big Triceratops and then look at the rhinos with their big horns, and we're really all about teaching people about how all of these animals came to be. So I think it's really interesting, and it's also a lot of fun for kids because they get to climb all over it. It's so much fun. You get to walk right out onto the horns. They've been weight tested, so you can actually literally hang right off of their horns, which is pretty cool. And what a great birthday present. I think dinosaurs and prehistory has always been a passion of mine. I've always just found it so fascinating. So it's pretty cool, I think, for a birthday present.
I love when the kids see the rhinoceros and they say, "Gee, they're like a Triceratops," and that was kind of the inspiration. And that's what we want people to remember. We love the Jurassic Park and the thinking about what it was like when the Earth had dinosaurs, and yet we still do have spectacular wildlife, and it really makes you appreciate them more.
The older I get, I feel like I can do even more at Australia Zoo. I can work, so closely with all of the amazing animals we have. But also in terms of schooling, I'm actually going to be going into year 12 soon. I'm also doing TAFE courses in business and captive animals. So I really want to immerse myself in as much knowledge as possible, learn as much as I can to really help out with the business side of Australia Zoo as well. So I found that really interesting, and I think I really want to get more involved with Wildlife Warriors, with all the conservation work that we do, and another year just brings more opportunities.